Three's not a crowd, I'm a man. She likes boys, she likes girls. Twists her little fingers round those supernatural curls. There's a spider in her eyes, something she can't disguise from me.
Gorgeous sounds. Jamiroquai, Jason K, singing their song Radio. I am JB Webb. Welcome back to the JB WeBB Show. This session, we have a great interview with someone who is a photographer, a portrait photographer. She's an artist in her own rights. It's our first interview along these lines. So I'm very happy to welcome Miriam Lorenzi.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, welcome. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great.
Good. Well, good to hear from you, and I'm so glad you agreed to chat with us. I think what's cool is we keep breaking new ground. We really, want to interview you as an artist because I don't think photography really gets that kind of credibility a lot of the time, but it really should and does, and the work that you do is really cool.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So you're more of a portrait photographer. You're getting into that. Your website, MiriPhoto.com, has a lot of great information. We're talking with Miriam Lorenzi, a.k.a. Miri Photo. She's a self-taught photographer who shoots for commercial clients, musicians, artists, as well as everyday folks. Her work has appeared in Juxtapose Art and Culture magazine, Orlando Sentinel, Creative Loafing, and numerous online magazines and websites. Her work regularly appears on OrlandoSentinel.com. That's a proper introduction for you. And
thank you. That was great.
Well, thank you. And so what I think is cool, and it's my little catch thing, I always like to find out about people's past and like how they got to where they're at. So, maybe a silly question, but was photography always something you said, hey, I like doing this, or was there a particular age where you got into it, maybe dropped off, or what's the history behind what you do now?
Yeah, photography for me was a hidden passion in that I wasn't really aware how much I appreciated it or used it or worked through it. It was something that I got into professionally about 8 years ago, and then going back in my own personal history, like photo albums, I started to uncover photos from my early teens that I had taken, had completely forgotten about, but they would be like nature shots or just odd shots of food and people, and in such a way that were not your regular pictures you'd find in an album. And so I only became aware that photography has always been an interest. I just never really realized it.
Okay.
I did get involved in other art first in high school, drawing, painting, and then eventually I would get into ceramics.
Okay.
And never really considered photography at all.
Okay.
Until my early 30s.
Okay. Well, that's super insightful, and that's exactly what the kind of things I like to find out about, because when you look at the whole linear track of, hey, I did something, went back and revisited it, and saw, wow, this is really an area I have a passion for, shows that you're tuned in to who you are, and that's, all anybody's trying to do in life is, find what they're supposed to be doing. So I guess that's a good way to move just real quick over then to, and thanks for sharing that information about your past. But that's a good way to kind of move over to a little bit of your, it's not necessarily abstract, right? You call it I Spy on your website. It's a lot of cool stuff that you just kind of, and it, kind of ties into that comment earlier about stuff that you just saw. Okay, this is my eye. I'm seeing this. This is cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you have some different sections on there. And the interesting thing, I think, is about the people as well. And, we had the chance to chat a little bit before this, and, you're really moving towards capturing the organic essence of people in some way, shape, or form. But that requires you to not just say, hey, take your picture. right? I mean, you kind of get more involved.
Involved in connecting to an individual. It's you know, it's sort of like an innate vibe that I have with some people that I come across in my wanderings, and I'll just have, I won't really know them per se, but for example, this picture on my website of a man in a bathtub with some rubber duckies.
Right.
His name is Chuck Dinkins, and this photo was for a project I did called People You Know and Things You Shouldn't, and it was a show that I had, and basically I realized that I had access to all these great people in Orlando, artists, athletes, musicians, writers, radio show hosts,
right.
And wanted to show them in a way that people didn't know them. You know, they're known for the things that they're creating and making, but we're all so much more than these things that people see us on a regular basis. So, without necessarily maybe knowing these people, I approached them and said, hey, can we work together and make a picture? And then I would just sort of feel it out from there. How do I want to show them? What is some way that's going to show, perhaps their sensitivity or something about them in a way that people don't normally think about them. And, so the photographs evolve in that way. And so even with clients who approach me for a contract, they want their portrait taken, I approach it in the same way. What is this? What is there about you?
So you ask a lot of questions. You're very inquisitive.
Yeah. Well, and I feel it out too. I think I'm asking it in my mind. I'll hang out with them for a little bit. I'll listen to them, and then I'll just kind of vibe it out from there. Or something sort of hidden within them that I would like to show.
Do a lot of people say, "Hey, just do what you do," or do a lot of people say, "Hey, I'll run it by me"?
Well, the people that say "do what you do," those are, yes, I do come across those, and those are more like the corporate type of jobs, where the photos are for business and things like that. But the more intimate portraits, people definitely come to me with their ideas. It might just be like one simple theme that they want to kind of flesh out, and then we'll work on it from there. Okay,
cool. So it's like very collaborative.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right, good. So that gives me a little bit better insight. So, so you're operating successfully on these two kind of, not necessarily genres, but avenues, I would say. And then you are also getting involved with something called Legion 11.
Yes.
I'm sure you could probably better describe that than I could, so maybe you could tell us a little about that.
Okay. Legion 11 is a local company that has passion for local artists, and they're contracting artists to submit a favorite painting or, I think it's all paintings and drawings, and they're turning these paintings into artwork that can be laid out onto very nice quality shirts and with different washes and things like that, and basically producing a nice high-end art product that you can wear. And in the end, once the website's up and running, the artists are going to have bios, and they're going to be promoted, and they're going to get a portion of sales. And so it's not just about producing products for this company, but it's also about promoting the artists, because the guys who own this company really would like to see everyone who's involved succeed and achieve the recognition that they feel they deserve.
Okay, so that's really cool. So I like that. So do they really kind of pull? How do they go about finding the artists?
It's been a lot of, and there's so many artists in Orlando, so they really don't have a shortage of them. But I believe it started with just one person, and it has snowballed with referral after referral from there. And then I was actually a referral by one of the artists who was participating. Her name is Juliana Davison, and they approached me was basically my dream job. They said, we like your eye, and we want your pictures all over our website to promote our product, and we want you to do whatever it is that you want to do with our product to,
Cool.
Promote it and to promote the artist. And so, even though I'm not necessarily working with the artist directly when I'm coming up with the ideas for the shoots, I'm still vibing off of their work and, connecting with the artist via their work, which is on the shirt. And, sometimes it's an emotional reaction, and the scene for the photography is based on my emotional reaction. Sometimes it's a more literal reaction to what I'm seeing in the artwork. So it's still always about connecting.
Right. Okay, so that's really cool. So what's the best way for people to get hooked up through that? I think you said through the Facebook or through MaryPhoto.com?
To check out the Legion 11 work, go to Facebook.com/Heart of Mary Photo, and you can see my most updated photography work, and you can see the Legion 11 album there. It's sort of a teaser to the website, which is going to be going live at the end of November, early December.
Oh, cool. So we kind of got the inside track on this, so that's cool.
Yeah, yep.
All right. Well, great. Well, Miriam, I want to thank you so much for being a part of our little kind of social experiment here called the JB WeBB Show. It seems like there's a lot of parallel synergies in what you're doing and what the whole show concept here is. So I hope definitely maybe down the line we can collaborate, do something cool. But for the meanwhile. Well, that'd be awesome. For the meanwhile, though, I want to push people over to MaryPhoto.com. Get engaged with what Miriam Lorenzi is doing. If you are an artist, there's a lot of great opportunity out there. So, again, thank you to our guest today on the JB WeBB Show, Miriam Lorenzi. Go check out MaryPhoto.com. I am JB WeBB. We'll catch you in a bit.
My voice is always way high, but let's get yours.
Check 1, 2, check. This is me. Hello.
Yeah, really good.
Check.
Good. All right, cool. You're really in the red there, so that's good. What I'm gonna do is kind of back away from the mic a little bit. I'm holding you up to the mic. So, once you hear the music, Scott, you're gonna hear my voice, and then I'm going to introduce you. I like this, and I like that, but I like that about that. But I like that about that. I like this, and I like that. You